Making entertainment from the mundane is, for me, seemingly an impossible task, but for some reason, with the writer of Nanan Biyori, it has always been something they excel at. And this is my quick impressions of Biyori Nonstop, a series that is airing in the winter 2021 season. And for those that don't know, this is, of course, is a long-running series that has had two series and a movie, and I think some OVAs as well. But yeah, it's even with Nonstop at this point, it's still hitting all the marks, and I'm absolutely in happy the fact that that is still a case, because often with a lot of shows with comedies, you get past that punchline, and you kind of hope they never kill the joke, never get old, and it is always the case with this one. Of course, it's technically with Nanan Biyori, it's kind of been a balancing act between almost kind of a yashike where it's very relaxing. You're taking in the views of this very out in the sticks location. There's nothing there but crops. There's often these huge pan shots of just nothingness, and at the same time, it has the comedy of these characters getting into some quirky stuff, and then you also have a little bit of twinge of drama that they kind of throw in there every now and then. I keep thinking back to the moment that Renge was stuck at the doorstop crying, and it's like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to see her cry. So it is this kind of this mixture. It technically always kind of relies more on the comedy and the seclusion than anything else, but that always hits the mark though. And I mentioned when we talked about Kimono Friends back in the day that I think a lot of my enjoyment of the series is around that innocence discovery. And what I mean by that is with Kimono Friends, it wasn't a good looking show at all. It did have this kind of background question mark of like, is this a post-apocalyptic world? What is the story behind this background story? And then, of course, was a lot of intrigue to that. But the reason of getting through that series was a lot to do with just that kind of joyous discovery the character has, yelling Sugoi every moment. It was something that tapped back into my memories of babysitting. I did a lot of babysitting quite back in the day, and there was this one of the things I enjoyed so much about it was just seeing a kid discover something for the first time because they think it's the world, and you're like, but that's just a that's just a grasshopper. Why are you so excited about this? But to them, it was the world, and that innocent discovery, that innocence, finding joy in something is something that just kind of magnifies to you. And I have that same feeling with a lot of the goofiness that kind of happens in Nanambiori as well, is that kind of these goofy kids finding so much fun in mundane things like toothpicks and tape, making little figures out of it, and one getting a toothpick tape baby, and it just completely captivating her for like several minutes. It is so much fun. It is so cute. It's so entertaining. It taps in again to that nostalgic feeling of like I'm probably sure I did the same crap when I was a kid. It gives you that feeling of being a kid again and watching that discovery and watching that imagination that comes out of these characters. That has always been so much fun. And yeah, technically outside of that, of course, like I said, there's just the visual style, the music, the very relaxing nature of the characters. It's similar to like laid back camp where you feel like you're there in the scene just watching them have fun. And it is something that, like I said, I don't really see too often elsewhere. It is a very rare thing that this writer has managed to tap into, and is a thing that I thoroughly love and enjoy. It is essentially a slice of life comedy at its best. It is environmental storytelling at its, well, not really, I wouldn't say environmental storytelling, but it does technically do a good job of giving you the environment that it's going for, but not really so much telling a story with the environment. But yes, it's working on so many rounds. I love these characters to death still. Was joy to see some cute little backstory with Natsumi and Hikage, but the goofiness of Suguru always manages to give me a huge kick out of it. The Renge finally getting a little sister essentially added to the group was great because now she feels like she's grown up now. She's a big sister. She's got to do her job. And that was absolutely adorable. Again, that's stuff that I've seen before in babysitting. It's just this kind of feeling of like they want to be that big sister, that big brother. But yeah, it's always a joy. I love it to death. I cannot recommend it enough. If you have not seen the original Nananbiori Repeat, please go out and watch them. They are fantastic, and Nonstop is just so far it's panning out to be another great chapter of the story. But I hope you guys enjoy this quick first impressions of Nananbiori Nonstop, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please, if you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and y'all take care.